Hi, I'm Joe Rode. We're here at Eddy Motorsports today, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about serpentine belt pulley systems. Serpentine belts became popular in the 80s, and it's a great way to drive your accessories on your engine. You get one 6-rib belt, has a great contact patch that can keep all your accessories working efficiently, quietly, and in adjustment. With a serpentine system, running one belt is really nice because it makes it for a really compact system. Since there's a single belt working everything, it's all in the same plane and it's very tight to the engine. So whether you've got an old V-belt system you're trying to upgrade and get away from throwing belts, or if you're starting with a brand new crate engine and you have nothing and you need to accessorize the front of the engine, a good, complete serpentine system is a great way to go. When you're buying a serpentine pulley kit, the first thing you want to make sure is that you're getting everything you need. You're going to spend close to $2,000 or more for a complete system. That should include all the brackets, pulleys, accessories, belt, and whatever provision it takes to hook up power steering and AC lines. Our system is extremely easy to install. So you can install one of our serpentine kits in less than an hour with just very simple hand tools. At Eddy Motorsports, we go so far as to package all of our components with the fasteners that work with that component. That saves you from having to dig through a bag of bolts and trying to identify what fasteners go with what. It's all part of making the installation simple and easy. All of our components mount off of the short water pump, so you don't have to worry about anything attaching to the cylinder heads. Doesn't matter what bracket holes you have in the heads, our system will work with it. We offer systems for small block Chevy, big block Chevy, LS Chevy, small block Ford, Cleveland Fords, and our latest one is big block Mopar. For an easier installation on small block Ford kits, we also include a full billet timing cover. This gives you all the mount points built into it, regardless of what timing cover it came with originally. The LS kits also come complete with an ATI balancer, so you don't have to determine what balancer your motor has. One big advantage to a serpentine system is, with a single belt, you have no adjustments. When your system is equipped with a spring-loaded tensioner, which is how serpentine systems were designed, the tensioner will take up any slack that the belt has. And no matter what the load is on the engine, whether it's an idle situation or a wide open throttle, the tensioner will always take up the slack on that belt. At Eddy Motorsports, ours uses an off-the-shelf Gates tensioner. This is a tensioner you can go and get from any auto parts store should they fail. At Eddy Motorsports, we use all name brand components. We're proud of the companies we've partnered with, and we feel that it adds to our system to have names attached like Edelbrock, Tough Stuff, ATI, PowerMaster. All of our systems with AC come with a Sandin SD7 compressor. This is a common compressor used by any of the aftermarket air conditioning companies. So if you have an existing aftermarket air, you can use that. If you're buying a new aftermarket air conditioning system, you just let them know that you've got a Sandin SD7 on the Eddy Motorsports kit and you're good to go. All of our kits use PowerMaster 140 amp alternators. 140 amp gives you sufficient amperage for just about any application. CS style alternators are also very efficient. You get almost 100 amps of power at idle with these alternators. They're also a very clean signal, so you don't get any kind of frequency modulation that could affect your fuel injection if your car is equipped with it. We use all Mavel GM Type 2 steering pumps. This is the same kind of steering pump that you find on a new Camaro or a new Corvette. They're very compact, light, very efficient. They work really well in high-performance applications. When you're looking at the power steering on your serpentine pulley kit, one thing you want to consider is that the system you're looking at has a steering pump that fits your application. There are different flows depending on what kind of system you have. If you're using a GM or a Ford power steering box, that takes a high flow pump. If you're using a Mustang 2 system that's employing a rack and pinion, that takes a low flow pump. At Eddy Motorsports, we can give you either flow rating at no extra charge. And of course, we give you 3 different options on your tank. Our standard kits come with an attached reservoir like the one you see right here. It's very easy to hook up like a conventional power steering line, a low pressure return line and a high pressure inlet line. We make a billet aluminum reservoir that will work in place of the plastic tank if you want to dress your system up a little more. Always check the dimension on the system you're looking at to make sure that your engine compartment can accommodate all the accessories, especially the power steering system. If you don't have the room for the attached reservoir, you can run a power steering pump set up for a remote mounted reservoir. This also works well in high performance applications where you want to easily plumb in an oil cooler. It takes extra plumbing, so if you don't have to use a remote tank, you don't want to do that. It's important to make sure you know what kind of system you're getting. More than once I've had customers tell me that they've purchased a system only to find out that they had to go back and purchase a remote reservoir, which is an added cost and a lot of extra work. Probably the most important thing about buying a Serpentine Pulley system is to get the system that looks the best to you. At Eddie Motorsports, we think we have the nicest looking system out there. All of our brackets and pulleys are manufactured from billet aluminum. We don't use chrome steel pieces or try to skimp in any areas. All of our pulleys look very uniform. They're all windowed the same and they have the same beautiful appearance. We also offer a variety of finishes. This system is our bright polish finish. We can also do a lower cost raw machined finish, and we offer several colors such as clear anodized, gloss, or matte black. Make sure to find a system that's complete with all the components you need, all the bolts, gaskets, spacers, and don't forget a belt. You want to buy a system that employs a spring-loaded tensioner. It's very important. Make sure you get a system that has all name brand components. You don't want to buy a system where somebody's embarrassed to not tell you what components are coming in that kit. And last but not least, make sure you buy a system that looks as good as it functions. So if you are considering a Serpentine Pulley system, I hope I've given you some information to help make your buying decision.